Natasha Bishop. I am a hybrid contemporary romance author, and I am here in conversation with Mia Sosa to discuss her latest book, The Starter X, which, happy release day. It's officially out today.
It is. It's release day.
So before we dive in, I'm going to read your bio.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
USA Today best-selling author Mia Sosa writes funny, flirty, and moderately steamy contemporary romances. Moderately?
Dirty.
And romantic comedies that celebrate our multicultural world. A graduate of University of Pennsylvania and Yale Law School, Mia practiced First Amendment and media law in the nation's capital before trading her suits for sweatpants, as you should. Mm-hmm. Born and raised in East Harlem, New York, Mia is finally ready to call Maryland her home. She lives there with her college sweetheart, their two book-obsessed daughters, a gentle Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and one adorable rescue cat that rules them all.
He really does.
Yeah. As they tend to do.
They
I have
do.
a dog, and
They do.
she's just the HBIC.
Let me tell you, I am not a cat person at all. But we got this cat for our daughter, and I am now obsessed and cannot imagine not having Ziggy in our lives. He's amazing.
Adorable. We're gonna need pictures.
Yes, I do. I do have a newsletter, and I share a pic of the day. And you
So
usually
get,
get
on
to
the
see.
newsletter if you're not
And I do
already.
not send it on a daily basis, so don't worry about it.
You said you're welcome to? Yes. Period. There we go. Okay. All right. So we are going to be talking about the Starter X, which I know just came out today, so it will be a spoiler-free for any major spoilers. But has anyone had a chance to read an art copy?
No.
Okay. Fantastic. So I want to start with the dedication for this book. You dedicated it to the people from your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about your neighborhood and what it means to you and how it influences you.
Sure. So I grew up in East Harlem, and I don't think that I really understood how amazing my neighborhood was at the time. When you're younger, you're sort of just living your life. And then you go off, as I did, and I went off to college and went to law school and then lived this life that I had never imagined that I would. And I started to think about kind of what I learned from my neighborhood. And what I learned from my neighborhood was about really a sense of community, people who know each other and look out for each other and support each other. I learned that all in my community. And I would go back in college and in law school, and it would be this thing like, you know, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Like, I haven't seen you in forever. And it would just be this thing. And I would go to the store. I would go to the bodega. We called it the corner store. And people would be like, what are you doing? What's going on? You know, it's so great to hear from you. It's so great to see you. And it was just this sense that, like, these people, like, really made an impact on my life. And so I wanted to, in this book, show that vibrant community that I remember, and that I really love, and that I think doesn't often get page time in a romance. And so I think for me, this book is really special because I was able to tell a story in a setting that you don't often see, in a way that really is an homage to that neighborhood.
And I think you do a great job of making memorable characters that even though, like, you know they're not going to get a book, like, this is just a side character, because I know how you get attached.
Yes.
And y'all ask, is this person getting a book? Is this person getting a book?
Yeah, I've gotten DMs.
Yeah. But you make memorable characters that are part of the community that still stand out in such a big way. You also mentioned right at the beginning of the book about getting your favorite orange drink from your local bodega. Should we talk about the J-Lo?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, I had to. So for those of you who don't know, so this book came out in 2024 as an Audible original. So it's an audio only, and this is its mass market, well, it's trad release. And so what's really exciting about this is that there are a whole group of people who have never listened to it and are getting exposed to it for the first time. So when I was thinking, oh, I now have the opportunity to do things like an acknowledgments, an author's note, all of this stuff. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. This story has a bodega as its backdrop. There is somebody who literally is ordering during one of the scenes. And then since then, J-Lo has said, I used to order. And my order was, a sandwich and an orange drink. If you know, you know. And everybody was like, no, J-Lo, we don't know. And I was like, I too don't know. And I remember with friends being like, wait, is it we called it the quarter water. So it was like the tiny, right? Okay, so I'm aging myself. We called it a quarter water because it was literally 25 cents. And there were orange drinks. And so I was like, well, is it that? Is it a Sunny D? What are you talking about, J-Lo? And I don't think she knows what she was talking about. And so I had to include that in the author's note.
I cracked up. I was like, I have to ask her about this. Okay, so in this book, we have a lot of fun tropes. We have fake dating. We have best friend's brother.
Yes.
You have a lot going on here.
Absolutely.
So for you as a writer, when you start writing, do you have tropes in mind, or do they sort of come to you as you're developing the characters or the story?
Yeah, so usually they come to me as I am working through a premise. So I usually start with something that kind of sparks my interest, and I go, what would that look like? What would that story look like? And then I try to figure out, well, are there any tropes that would play into it really well? So for example, with this story, and this is gonna sound really odd because this really is my process. So at the time that I was thinking about this story, I had been on multiple lists with another author. And their book, I don't remember the title of the book, but I looked them up because I kept on seeing them. I was like, what do they write? And one of the books that they wrote is called The Starter Wife. And so I was like, oh, The Starter Wife, how interesting. And I knew it was a TV series. And I was like, what would it be like if you weren't the starter wife, but your job was to be a starter ex, you wanted to be this terrible girlfriend. And then this story came to be. So that is how my brain works. And so obviously there is this, there's the premise, and the premise being what she does, and she does it because she's a well-adjusted individual. She doesn't do that in the current time. She did it in college. But her sister, who she's slightly estranged with, sort of says, can you do this one more time? And she agrees. But so I wanted to think how would that play out? And so then I thought, oh, it's got to be the sister who asks her to do this. And obviously the love interest is her love interest. And it's going to create all kinds of complications. So that's how it's all random and roundabout, and there's lots of rabbit holes, and that's where we get our stories.
So that answers my question that you've never done this yourself.
No, I have not.
Okay, I was just wondering.
No.
So before I get into my specific questions
Sure.
about starter X's, explain to us what is a starter X.
Okay, so a starter X is essentially a professional ex-girlfriend. The idea being that when this person is entering the relationship, they know that the goal is not to be the person's person. Okay, the goal is to be, quite frankly, a pain in the ass, to make them miserable. So the idea is you make them miserable, but at the same time, you are kind of hyping up the person who is the person who hired them. And so the idea is you look terrible, but at the same time, you're talking about this person who could be wonderful. And that's supposed to essentially drive the person into the arms of the person who hired them. It's crazy. I mean, I don't think that anybody would do this in real life, but this is. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so if we end up seeing somebody put out their shingle and be like, the starter X, I'll be like, it's okay. You can take it. You can take it.
If anybody has any real Starter X stories, feel free to share. We want to hear.
Okay.
So I just think that's a hilariously devious idea.
Yes.
But what are some red flags for you? What would make you draw the final straw if you had a Starter X?
Okay, so red flags for me would be not saying thank you to servers. I'm like very like big on the way that you treat service people, people who are in the service industry. Tells me a lot about you, and if you are rude or dismissive, that is a huge red flag for me. I would say also somebody who, because I talk to my daughters about this as well, like I tell them what my red flags are in the hopes that they don't find themselves in a relationship. Somebody who dims your light, somebody who doesn't appreciate like how amazing you are, and when you do amazing things wants to sort of minimize them. I have a daughter who is in engineering school right now, and I've told her, you are amazing, and people are going to want to dim your light. Don't let them do that. And so that is a huge red flag for me. And then, so this is a little tough for me because I feel like there's a fine line. Like I feel like jealousy to the point where it's toxic is a problem. But sometimes I do, but in books, I kind of,
it works.
Right. And so this is the thing, like in books, it works. In real life, we're like, we don't want any of that, right? Exactly. So there's that. And I think also the way that you treat your love interest family, especially the parents, I'm very watchful of that. Like, if you don't know how to act right with mama and daddy, like, this is going to be a problem. And so that's definitely, I mean, I could go on and on about red
mama's
flags.
boys.
Exactly.
There's a fine line between good sons and mama's boys.
You can love your mother. There's no question. But you have to be able to live a life without your mother, right?
Please.
Involved in every single thing.
Every single thing.
Right.
Yes. And also someone who, if you're dealing with a heterosexual relationship, the way he treats other women outside of you is
absolutely
important. If he only respects you, that's a problem.
Right. Yep.
Okay. I like it.
I love that.
We're going to make a list
And
of all the
exactly.
red flags. If he's not two-dimensional, avoid.
Exactly.
So I would say this book perfectly balances that rom-com element, but also emotional depth.
Yeah.
Both of our main characters have a lot of emotional baggage that they're hiding from each other, that they still haven't necessarily dealt with themselves.
Yes.
How do you sort of balance those two so it doesn't feel overwhelmingly like one or the other?
Right. So the thing that is always difficult for me is because I am going into a story thinking rom-com, so I have to have all of these antics. I then have to take a step back and go, okay, but these are real people in my mind. And there has to be that emotional depth. And so I think immediately backstory. What are the things that are holding them back from falling in love in a romance? And that is where I sort of try to get the depth, is that these people have a history, that these people have experiences that have colored the way that they look at the world and the way that they look at relationships. And because of that, that is the thing that is kind of in their way. And they have to figure out how to get out of their own way and deal with that baggage. So it's hard, because sometimes when I'm in edits, I'll look and I'll read through the entire manuscript and go, this is like calm, but like where's everything else? And then I have to put that back in. Or it's like really emotional and I'm kind of like, wait a minute, there needs to be lighter moments, and then I have to fill in with lighter moments. Yeah.
And in that same vein, when it comes to dialogue,
Yeah.
because these two have banter for days. It's like a tennis match going back and forth. Does that sort of flow naturally, their like rhythm of speaking to each other? Or
Yeah.
does that come to you more like, do you smooth it out in editing?
So the interesting thing is that the easiest part for me in a story is writing banter. Like I could do that all day. Like if somebody wanted to hire me and say like, hey Mia, like, can you just do the banter for this story? I'd be like, I'm on it.
Yes.
Because I love it. And in fact, one of the things that I love about this story in particular is that there's not just banter between the main couple, there's banter in the family. And so there's a really, I would say, larger than life character in Denise, who is Jason's sister. And they have so much banter. And I just love the idea that we can show relationships beyond the main relationship. And the fact that they have people who love them, they have people who, joke around with them. It feels real to me because I know how I operate in the world. Like I banter all the time, like with my friends, with my family. And so to me, it's like we have to put that on the page because that gives you a sense of like who they are. And I also think it helps you to see kind of who that person can be, because if they're this way with their family, then they can be this way with their love interest if they get out of their own way.
Yes, heavy on that. Right. And I think you do a great job with the sibling dynamics, both between our main characters,
Yes.
But also just in general, those side characters as well. Like even seeing the back and forth between Cammie, who is Lisa's best friend, the younger sister. They're balanced, but also Lisa and Denise have a banter. So the way those characters interact with each other really informs how they're going to manage their relationship once they get there. So I think you do a great job.
So the goal for me always is to create the world, right? So I want to create something that feels real, so that you're like, these people, like they could exist, right? Maybe the premise and maybe the set of circumstances that you see seem like absolutely bonkers, but I want you to feel like, oh, these are real people. I've seen these people. I know these people. I have interacted with somebody like this person.
Absolutely. Diving into our girl, Vanessa.
Yeah.
She is the oldest girl.
Yeah.
Which I think has a lot of heaviness that comes with that. I think oldest girls often are forced to grin and bear it. And she has a lot of weight on her shoulders because of simply being the oldest girl.
Yep.
So for you, do you have any siblings? And if so, are you the oldest girl?
I do have one sibling, and I am not the oldest. But I feel like I'm the oldest. Does anybody ever have like that experience where you're like, I'm not, but I feel like everything is on me? And I think that is because, partly because I have a brother and he's older. And everybody's like, yes, we know, right? And also, I think this is a thing in Black and brown families. Like, the boy, like, you can do whatever you want to do, and it's like, and I think there's also this expectation that the girl will take care of everything, and so because of that, not only have I, like, I think in my head been like, oh, of course I will take care of everything. I sometimes feel like if I don't take care of everything, then I'm somehow not doing what I'm supposed to, even though, like, who said that? Like, who said that?
And so she has a little sister, Lisa, who gets her into this mess in the first place. As soon as I saw her ask, I was like, ooh, that's a mistake. Bad idea. But why are younger sisters so delusional? Right. Is my question. Because if you think about like Bridgerton.
Yeah.
She was delusional till the very end. I just, why is that?
I mean, I will tell you. Well, so I have 2 girls, and I can tell you, the younger one, absolutely delusional. Just this, I think there is this sense from the younger daughter that they, in culture, like in popular culture, like everyone has told them that this is like your expectation. You're special.
Right.
Right. And sometimes it's you're going to be forgotten, you know? And so it could depend on kind of the message that they have received. Now, what my daughter has received is I'm baby girl and I'm a princess. And how could you ever say no to me? And so something like what Lisa asked for in this story seems perfectly appropriate to a younger sibling, like no question.
And even her initial reaction to being told no.
Right.
She's
like, are you kidding me? You're telling me no? Like, yeah, my daughter, like, you know, if I say no to something, she's kind of like, she does this little like tilt of her head, like, did you? And I'm like, yes, I did. But, you know, there's this disconnect, I think for the young ones.
Yeah, absolutely. But delusional overall. Okay. So in the book, we have a few different businesses.
Yes.
We have La Flor,
Yep.
which is the bodega.
Yep.
We have BTE.
Yep.
And we have Tag.
Yes.
So Jason has a construction company called Tag. There's a nonprofit called Built to Excel.
Yep.
How do you sort of come up with the names
Yeah.
of these fictional businesses
Right.
and also even just the concept? Because BTE sounds
Yes.
like an amazing organization.
Yes. Okay. So, so part of the proximity that they have in the story is that Jason volunteers for a organization called Built to Excel, and the idea around it is essentially to be kind of a center, a place for support for people in the neighborhood. And it is kind of the thing that I probably conceived in my mind as the thing that I thought the neighborhood needed when I was younger. Like, wouldn't it have been great if we had had this place? And so because of that, I was like, thinking decades later, really, why not create this space? Which I'm sure there's something similar to that now, but in terms of creating this sort of fictional organization, I thought, well, what does the community need? And can there be a space for like students to learn kind of the, you know, how to interview and how to go out and find a job and all of those kinds of things. So I wanted that to be on the page because I also think it reflects on my characters, right? The fact that they find that important tells me something about them and hopefully tells the readers something about them as well.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to tying in your neighborhood.
Right.
And that love for your community.
Yeah.
I kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
Excuse me, with my books.
Yeah.
So before we dive into just a little bit more about Jason, one thing that I do love about this book is all the Spanglish. And I love that you don't translate it at all. Because the ones who get it, and the ones who don't will look it up if they care.
Right. Or they get it from the context.
Exactly.
Right?
'Cause it's very easy to put together.
Exactly.
But so in that vein, because there are a lot of people who cater to non-BIPOC audiences by putting translations and things like that. And I think it's important for our stories not to have to cater. So how do you feel about the importance of not catering to those audiences?
Absolutely.
And sort of
So the way that I always see it is that I am bringing you into a world. I'm welcoming you into this world. This world is not there for you. It is there so you can sort of pull what you want from it, but I'm not forcing you to read it. To me, it's sort of, this is a story that really captures a community. And because you're capturing that community, I wanted the essence of that community to feel authentic. And translations to me, like I get the idea because I certainly do it. I will give you a little bit of context. Like it's not like I'm like, "Que yo estaba diciendo," and you're like, what is he talking about? Like I don't do that. But the idea that I would like tell you precisely what you're saying unless it makes sense in the context, like to do that, like to me it's sort of you're getting a flavor for it, and you'll be fine, right? Yeah. and there's also this like deep feeling that I have, that what I want is I want the Spanish speaking reader or someone who knows Spanglish to see that and kind of feel that joy of like seeing themselves in a book, seeing like what, their friends and family would be saying in a particular context. I think that's just so important. And so those small moments don't take up a lot of the book, but for some people, it feels like I have written the entire book in Spanish, which is like, come on. I mean, and I remember, I even had this situation, because I remember with The Worst Best Man. So when The Worst Best Man came out and there was Portuguese in the story, there was this whole like, oh my gosh, there's Portuguese and she doesn't translate and and I went back because I was like, wait, what did I do? Yeah. I went back and that book is 100,000, like it's 100,000 words. 241 words I counted in Portuguese. And yet 241 words were enough for you to say something, to make it, to somehow pull you out of a story. Right. And it's like, that's not how you learn empathy. That is not how you discover like another community. That is not how you learn to like see someone who is not exactly like you and appreciate them for that. So I'm just like so done. And I think that's probably just also I've been doing this for a little bit. And so I'm kind of like, read it if you want. And if you don't, that's okay too.
Yeah. I love that you've come that far.
Yes.
Because I know that's hard, especially for authors who are just starting out, to sort of be willing to take that risk and do that. But it is worth it.
Absolutely. I mean, I came along at a time when we were italicizing anything that was another language, right? That was non-English. And I remember having discussions where many of my writer friends said, are we doing this? Are we going to stop doing it? Are we going to stop? And as a group just said, okay, we're no longer italicizing in our books. And so for the newer authors, I think they're not even thinking about that anymore. And I'm so happy about that. It's like, that's how it should be, And I think the fact that we had those conversations way back when and said like, no, we're not doing that anymore. I mean, and those were conversations. Those were conversations with other authors, and there were conversations with editors where, we had to sort of say like, that doesn't feel right to me. It feels very othering. And because we've had those conversations, I think, now people don't even blink twice anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So diving into Jason just a little.
My sweetie.
He is a sweetheart. He has a line where he's discussing his relationship with his sisters. I do want to read it. It's not a spoiler at all. It says, because my sisters were kind and curious and looked up to me. I didn't deserve their adoration, but they gave it to me just the same. And I just really love how he describes his sister. He's also the oldest.
Yeah.
How did you sort of decide? We talked about Denise and her bigger-than-life personality.
Yeah.
There's also Cammie. How did you decide how his dynamics were going to work between each sister? Because they're very different.
Right. Because I think that's the reality is that it's never the same. And you watch siblings and that there are different relationships depending on how far apart they are in age, their interests. Sometimes those can be sort of the things that bind them, and sometimes there are things that just pull them apart. I remember with my brother, I had a very hard time when I was younger connecting with my brother. I was kind of like, I don't know about you. And then I think as I got older, I was like, oh, like I really started to look up to him because I realized like he was this really smart guy, has like smart ideas and is really thoughtful. But all of that is sort of complicated by all of the other relationships, right? Like mom and how she treats us and all of this stuff. And it's just, to me, when you're kind of trying to figure out these relationships, the important is that there's a different dynamic, because that different dynamic is a reality, I think, of sibling relationships, is that no two relationships are going to be the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I do love him and Denise's banter,
Oh.
especially.
I love them.
They're a wild group.
Just wait till you meet Denise.
Yes. So have you specifically ever had a crush on a friend's brother?
I had to think about that. That's a great question. But now I'm like, I don't think so. Yeah.
Very interesting. Has
Yeah.
anyone here had a crush on a friend's brother?
Okay.
Thumbs up if it went well. Right. Oh, somebody it went well.
I kind of, what's interesting to me is when we talk about tropes, I always feel like they like sprung up out of like nowhere.
nowhere.
Like I'm like, does this happen in the real world? Like fake dating? What, like, I'm like it
Very
doesn't
intriguing.
happen. But like brother's best friend. So the interesting thing is brother's best friend to me. It's like, what's the issue? And so a lot of times I'm always like, is it because your brother is territorial or doesn't what, like that to me doesn't sit right.
Right.
And so it's like you got to figure out some other kind of issue. And so I always wonder about that. Like, where do these what happens in the real world, with all of these tropes? Like,
I'm kind of
I know one night stand happens, but
I'm kind of like that with like the professor trope. So I'm like, I've never had an attractive teacher. Where were the fine teachers when I was in school?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not understanding where they're coming from.
Or where was the opportunity for me to be at a bar where I met somebody,
Yes.
had sex with them, and
then came to
then
his
showed up
class.
to the classroom and was like, "Oh my gosh, you're my professor!" Like,
It's missing out.
Never
I
happened.
don't understand it.
Exactly.
Like an attractive
like,
teacher.
who are these people?
Okay. And so Vanessa really admires Jason for his work with BTE because of how much joy it brings him.
Yeah.
She says that it refills his well. What refills your well?
What refills my well? Okay, so really my kids refill my well. So when I am absolutely like stressed and worried, my girls will just like call me out of nowhere. Like both of them are in college. And so they'll just call, and just seeing their faces and hearing about their day. And really importantly is they ask me about mine. Like I'm a real person to them, I'm not just mom. And that just knowing that, and knowing that they care about me in that way, refills my well. Traveling refills my well. My husband is here. He's all the way in the back, probably like, don't do it, and he's gonna turn around and act like he doesn't know who we're talking about. But but yeah, we like to travel. I don't know about now if I'm gonna travel. It's a little iffy, but that is something that I enjoy doing, and hanging out with my pets, because I'm obsessed with both of them.
I can't wait to see these pictures.
Oh my gosh, they're so adorable.
Favorite place you've traveled?
Favorite place I've traveled? Brazil. It's where my mother is from, and I've been several times. And the experience is like nothing I have ever experienced in my life. Like just seeing family that I've, seen in pictures or known about, but then you see them in person, and my family is loud and fun, and they party, and so it's just an amazing experience.
it's already on my list, but
Oh,
I'll bump it
yeah.
up.
And if you go, let me know so I can give you all of the tips.
Yes, I will take them. So the rom-com of it all,
Yeah.
there's so many funny moments in this book. Like the antics, think How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days,
Mhm.
I
Yep.
would say.
Yep.
The antics
Yes.
up there.
Yes.
I need to know if any of these antics have happened to you or someone you know. Tell me you're pulling them from somewhere.
I'm so sorry. They're all fictional. So when I think of antics, I just kind of, I just sit there in my office in front of my computer and I'm like, what would make me laugh? And then I just come up with these scenarios. And it's usually like I'm trying to put them in particular places. And then I'm like, well, what can happen there? Because there are emotional moments in this story. And so there are things that I wanted to say. So Jason has a tough relationship with his birth father. And so there is a moment that is like, for me, was really emotional, but it happens at a baseball game, and having it happen at the baseball game is sort of it's necessary because of the context. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but also because that happens, I'm like, well, what's going to happen at a baseball game that can be like hilarious? And so that's where I went. But yeah,
I won't talk about that one because that one has a little more to it.
right.
But for a non-spoiler context of these antics, they're at the couple shower because they decided to do it joint.
Yes.
And so she's around his family, guys, a Puerto Rican family. I just want to emphasize. And her goal is to chase him away.
Right. You have to remember, this is all to get him to
Yes.
drop.
She twerks in front of his family,
Yes.
tries to teach his mom how to twerk, and hits a split on the dance floor. It's just
Yes. And also gives a highly inappropriate gift.
yes,
That ends up
going way sideways.
going awry.
Yes.
There's
So-
lots of little moments like that. I mean, if you do think about the How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and all of the antics, that was basically what I was going for, was how terrible can she be, and what is he going to do in response? Right.
His reaction's great.
Yeah.
So going to more of the emotional depth side of it, Vanessa she keeps a lot close to the vest.
Yes.
There's a lot that even her family doesn't know about what she's been through. And I just want to see, in your opinion, why is it, do you think, we keep so much about, we try to portray that we're completely fine to the people who care about us the most? Why do you think we do that?
Yeah. Well, I know certainly why I do it.
Yes.
And some of that I think bleeds onto the page. But I feel sometimes that I don't want to burden people with my problems, that like everybody has problems, so why add to that? And so I'm like, it's okay, it's fine, I'm doing okay. The interesting thing about that is that in the moments where someone pushes, and my husband is very good at pushing me to be like, you're not fine. Those are the moments where I feel the most safe. So it's odd because it's like, even though, you know, you're sort of like, no, I don't want to be vulnerable. When you are vulnerable with the right people around you, you feel better instantly. But there is this sort of sense of like, no, I have to be a particular way. I have to, you know, make it seem like everything is okay. And sometimes you just, I think that builds and builds and builds. And that's not healthy. So I'm trying to be better about that, but you know.
I have the same struggles.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm sure there are other people in this audience who have this struggle as well.
I think it's fascinating how universally, I think no one wants to be a burden on the people that they love. And that's one of the main reasons I love romance books, is sort of breaking down those things that we feel about ourselves, those flaws, and being able to find love at the end of that, even outside of your partner, from your family, your friends, finding that love and acceptance, which is why I love this genre so much.
Exactly.
But the wannabe psychiatrist in me just wants to break down why we all feel like burdens.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, but the thing is if we didn't have these issues, then where would our plot be, right? We need backstory. We need people to be just a little bit off, and to be able to go through a journey and get to the point where they figure things out. But yes, in the beginning, she's got a lot of stuff that she needs to deal with, and thank goodness by the end of the story she does.
Yeah. It's like black and brown people in horror movies. They kill us first.
Exactly.
They know it'd be a short movie. Otherwise,
exactly.
we'd be like, nope.
You know, he's like, I'm leaving. It's like, you don't even look. Like, if somebody's running, you're like, okay, I'm running too.
I actually just saw that on Threads. Like, you
yes,
see somebody
it's like, you don't need to know.
Do?
I'm like, I'm going.
Figure it out
like,
later.
okay.
So what is the main thing you want people to take away from this book after they read it?
I think there's so much I would like people to take away from this book. But if I were to point to one thing, I would say it's this notion of being your most authentic self, and having that, like, whether it's good or bad, like, it's just good to be authentic. Because if you're not authentic, you're not going to find the people in your family, in friendships, in relationships that bring out the best in you. Because then what they're doing is they're interacting with a person who isn't real. And if that person isn't real, then there's no change, right? There's no real nuance to that relationship if what they're getting is a fake version of you. So if you're authentic, you actually give somebody a chance to be supportive, to help you, to call you out on your shit too. Like, sometimes you need that as well, but you can't do that if you're like pretending that everything is okay, you know? So it's be authentic.
Okay. Be authentic, everyone. Are we going home and reading the book tonight?
It's so much. Okay, so let me just say one thing. Okay, so I have many books, and like, I am not, like, this thing is making all kinds of noises. But so I have written many books, published many books, and I'll give you like an insider secret to like authors. Like, they are very needy. What's that? Got it. Oh, okay. Thank you. So authors are very needy, and we are very sensitive about our books, right? I don't like to look at my reviews unless somebody tags me. Then I'm like, you go forth, read the book, do whatever. I don't want to know about it. But we're still needy. And so when people tell you things, you're like, oh, they like it. I'm so glad. I'm just so happy, you know, and that's all great. This is the first book where I have had a very different attitude from everything else, where I'm like, if you don't like it, that's on you. Period. So, like, I really feel like if you don't like this book, and it's fair, like, you could just be like, this is not my cup of tea. But I think this book is so fun, and really does, in a way, kind of like what we always talk about, which is how do we present a community like in a really positive way and have fun and help people build empathy and see people that they've never really thought about and kind of like seeing them fall in love. Like, that's what I wanted to do. And so if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I feel like
you don't have taste.
But that's,
I'll say
and
it.
that's,
It's okay.
and
I'll say
that's
it.
the thing. Like, I'm just kind of like, if you don't, and like, if you don't have fun, like,
You're not
I
fun.
don't know, you're
I'll
not
say
fun. Yeah,
I got it.
you're not fun.
And what is next for you?
Okay, so next for you, and I think this might be like the first time that I am even saying this, is I have a women's fiction story coming out. And it's called The Girl from Ipanema. And it comes out in January of 2027. Like, I gotta check that I'm supposed to be saying any of this. Like, My publisher's going to be like, that was
We
a little
won't
early
tell.
on that announcement.
We won't.
But yeah, so I'm super excited about this book. The cover is fantastic. It is about a woman who is an aspiring documentarian, and she gets this opportunity to pitch a documentary and get a grant for it. And she does. And she essentially says, I want to do this documentary about the first all-female samba school in Rio de Janeiro. And she gets the grant, and it turns out, and she gets the grant under the guise that she has this relationship with the founder of the school, who's her aunt. She's never met her aunt. She's never been to Brazil. She doesn't speak a lick of Portuguese. So, yes, that's essentially what's about to happen. So she gets to Brazil, and like she has to do this documentary. It's a fish out of water story. It has some antics because I can't do a story without antics. And also there's a love interest because I can't do a story without a love interest. And I will say that he might be one of my favorite love interests. And I'm like, how is it possible that in the story where it was not supposed to be the main point of the story that I am in love with this man? And he is absolutely great. And I kept on being like, no, get out of here. Like, you're taking center stage. You have to go. This is a women's fiction story. But I had a lot of fun writing it. And it'll be out soon. Like, you'll see the cover and all of that stuff. And I'm really excited about it. Yeah.
I do recall you saying something about being able to show the cover, or was I wrong?
Oh, you know what? This is like, you guys, this is like, you don't say that you saw it. Okay? Like,
just heard
let's
a
see. I think,
little.
like, can you pull it up? It's in my, I don't even know if it's in the album, but like in my photos, you might be able to go back a few and I'll be able to show you. It's so funny. But okay, so one thing I want to mention is Natasha has a book, right, coming out next month. Are we super excited about this? Yes? Book 2? I was telling her that I had read only for a week in paper format, and then in the past few days have been listening to it. It is a different experience. So if you have not, like if you've read it and then have not listened to it, I highly recommend that you listen to it, because I was like, this is an auditory like experience. It was like, woo!
Shout out to Winston James and
very
J. Shawnee
good.
Michaels.
Yes. Love that story, but like in audio, I was like, I was missing out.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
And while we're looking to see if we can find, we found it.
Oh, he found it.
I'll
This
be
is
the
like
first to
hot off
see
the
it.
presses.
I know.
Let's make sure that it's
Ooh.
the right one. Are we seeing?
Yes. Right.
It's like, yes.
Go back. I'm gonna go
like-
to the back. Don't you worry. I got you.
It's hot off the presses.
Beautiful. Yes. Beautiful.
What's that?
It went dark on me.
I don't know about that. But usually
back to you.
with
It went
Putnam,
dark on me.
particularly with my editor, she wants to get this out soon. So I would like, it's not there yet. It's not there yet, but probably
Thank you.
within the next couple of months. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. You
Yeah.
have to, for the ones that didn't get to see in the back, you'll have to ask. when
You can come when we're up here. You can
Yes.
definitely ask.
Before I open it up to everyone for your own questions, last question for you.
Yes.
Since I just learned your birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. I know.
What are the plans?
So I'm actually going to be at the Rip Bodice.
Okay.
So I'm appearing at the Rip Bodice with Alexis Daria and Priscilla Oliveras, and Annette. Unfortunately, can't make it because she's sick. But yeah, I will be there. My husband will be there as well. So he's traveling with me to New York because he is ride or die. And so the plan is to go into New York early. I want to go to my neighborhood bodega, like, because I just feel like that just feels right.
Yes.
Exactly, and get an orange drink, if someone suggested.
You know, you know.
If you know, you know. And then I'll probably hang out for a little bit in the area, and then go to my hotel and get dressed. Yeah, so we're gonna hang out. It should be fun. It should be fun.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And fun fact, we actually planned this.
Right.
That your book released the day before your birthday, and mine releases the day before my birthday.
Exactly. So you'll be celebrating your book and your birthday at the same time. So I love that.
That's how
I love
you gotta
that.
do it these days.
Yes, exactly.
So now I'll open it up to you guys if anyone has any questions for Mia. Anyone?
Yeah. She's like, yes, I would.
Firstly, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
I am a New Jersey native. Also Maryland transplant. So
Okay.
you know,
I totally
heart
understand.
and blessings.
It's a different world.
All right now. I'm not sure if you'll be in like Midtown, but there's this really good bakery called the Buttercup Bakery. And their slices of cake are like this big.
Ooh.
So,
Okay, are we writing this down back there?
yeah.
He's like,
And then I did have a question. I did have commentary about like the brother's best friend situation. As somebody who is actively living out this situation.
Oh, we are getting tea. Yes.
I think it's worth it.
Oh.
But I also feel like it's like, what is everybody mad about? You know, like what's going on? What's
Like,
the
what's the
problem?
issue?
It's great. I love it here. I'm having a great time. Yeah. Since like August 2024.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everything.
It's
wanna talk
giving
about,
right, like real relationship.
novel scenarios. Everything came out at like my best friend's baby shower. It was very messy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
You've got a book in
great.
you. Write that book. No, I'm like,
But yeah,
okay.
I think it's worth it, and I can't wait to read.
Oh, love it. I love it. Thank you. You don't have to have questions. So, so I've done 2 works for Audible, and in each instance, one of the things that I've learned is when you're writing specifically for audio, that a lot of the stage direction doesn't work. And so what you need to do is it's a lot of conversations, and and very brief descriptions of what people are doing, because when a person is listening to it, they are imagining it, and if they are imagining too much of the stage direction, then it pulls you out of the story. It's actually a very good way to write in general, because what I find is that if I am thinking about it as an audio book, then the conversations are crisper. They are short and bantery, and that's why I think I love so much writing that way. And it feels real. So a lot of times I'll go back and I'll be like, people don't talk like that. And then I'll just, and so there'll be uhs and ahs and ellipses to indicate that, like, we don't talk with a full sentence all the time. Some of us do. I have like some friends where I'm like, did that just come out of your mouth? Like, how? But like, that's not how we talk. And so I try to use like so's and likes, and because that's how people communicate. But when you're doing it for audio, you're thinking about those things. Like, what does it sound like to people? And also I'm thinking a lot about sex scenes. Feel very different also when you're doing them for audio. And I have a lot of fun with that, so.
And I'll say that your books tend to feel like when they're having their inner monologue, that it's to us. That
Yes.
it's not just
Yes.
like out loud to themselves. It feels like they're breaking the fourth wall.
Yes, and I enjoy that. I just kind of feel like that's very much, and that might be because I'm a big fan of like 2000s rom-coms, and it's like, you know, you've got the protagonist and they're kind of like looking at you, and it's very like The Office, you know, where it's like, you know, or Abbott Elementary, where like, you know, like people are just kind of like, and it just feels like if you do it well, it feels like you're being drawn in. If you do it poorly, then people are like, I don't like this character. But if people don't like your main characters, then you're done. Like that's like dead on arrival. So
There's definitely been some shows that have like the narrators, and I'm like,
yeah, like I can't go on this trip with you.
yeah,
Exactly.
gotta go. Any other questions? Sorry. No. Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a question, but I just wanted to say that I'm new to your content and your work, and I really appreciate your intent behind your writing. I didn't start out coming to buy Starter X, but I think I'm going to.
Yeah.
I love that.
I really appreciate your intent, and I started reading The Worst
Best Man. The Worst Best Man. Yeah.
It caught me right away because of what you said about your dialect and how you do the conversations, and because a lot of times with audiobooks, because I'm an avid audiobook listener,
Yeah.
because, you know, anyway.
Life.
So sometimes it's hard to get into the story because it starts off so slow with so much explanation, but yours got right into
Yeah.
the story, and it was so funny immediately. So I was drawn in. So
Oh, thank you very much.
I just want to say that I appreciate the intent behind your work, and I'm going to get started.
Thank you. And I'm saying thank you, but inside I'm like, oh my gosh. Because that was that needy part, right?
You will not regret it. And not just because I said you won't have taste if you don't like it.
Oh, yes. Yes. Please do. Please do. No, if, okay. I'm just get it. You will have fun.
You had a question.
I am the Married Your Boss trope.
Oh. I love how everybody was like, ooh. Ooh. Oh, okay.
Okay. He hired you.
Okay.
I was engaged to someone else.
Pulls out
Oh,
the laptop.
wow.
Okay, so tell me.
Okay, I know. It's like, wait a minute.
I have so many
Let's have a
questions.
conversation. Wow.
Okay.
All the
I
tropes.
like
And
this.
also, the friend who you came with is looking at you like, who
An
are you right
exclusive.
now? Okay. So, what have we learned? We have to be vulnerable. We have to be authentic. We have to share with our friends, share all the tea. Okay.
3 children, like
Oh my gosh.
You did do it right. Yes.
You're like, now I get
Please.
it.
So,
Wow.
okay, I won't get too in the nitty
I
gritty,
know.
but I do need to know. So, how long were you working with him before?
Before you got together.
So my wedding was supposed to be May the 7th, and I called off the wedding the Sunday before. It had nothing to do with him, but no, really, had nothing to do with him. This was happening at the same time that runaway bride situation where she disappeared and went to Vegas. So like my parents, when they were going to work and like she called off the wedding, they're like, "Oh my God, runaway bride!" Like all of the things are happening.
gosh.
Yeah, my mom went completely bananas because she was invested in like the flowers and like the dress
Right, right.
and the event. And she said to me, I was literally standing in front of him with my phone on speaker, and she said to me, and I still use this against her on a regular basis. She said, "Just try it for 3 months."
A free trial.
No long-term commitment necessary. Cancel at any time.
Yeah. Annulment. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Wow.
We use it on our anniversary. Like, we're just going to try this for 3 months.
Well, thank you for sharing with
Yes.
all of the people here.
We've gotten a
Yes.
If your couple was like the character was a cocktail,
Mm. Ooh. Okay, so Vanessa, the way that she is, I would say she would be an espresso martini. Yeah, like very sort of, you know, proper, kind of, she has energy, but it's contained. So that feels like espresso martini. Let's see. Jason, I feel is like bourbon, like straight. Like, yeah, yeah. Like, because he has this, he's very thoughtful, but he's also, kind of a little bit closed off. And that just kind of feels like something that kind of simmers and is warm. And yeah, so I would say that. That's a very good question. I'm going to use that when I'm a conversation partner with someone.
I use it for every single.
I love it.
Literally, like that's my next content thing is just all of the cocktails with the books.
Oh, I love
So you
that.
see yourself in
Okay.
it.
Yay. I love that too.
We've gotten some good book inspo
I know.
from
I'm
today.
like, okay, we need to do like a little,
Like a little
wrap up.
writer's workshop. We'll be calling you guys.
Exactly.
Any other questions?
Any others?
I have a comment and a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I read The Worst Best Man 2
Yeah.
years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to reread it in preparation for this. I'm very excited to come through.
Yeah.
And something that I really appreciate, it was the fact that you write using Portuguese, and I'm excited to hear the Spanish in here. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have to hear.
Yay.
And I really appreciate that because it's something that even I grew up seeing not very many people who look like me, and being able to read these love stories that highlight
Right.
people who have been marginalized for so long is just so inspirational to me. So I'm really excited for this. And my
Thank you.
question, do you have a song that feels like summed up the book or anything that you
Mm.
were writing?
Interestingly enough, I have a whole playlist for this book. It is on Instagram. And I can tell you that because I'm thinking of it and seeing the graphic that my assistant created, which is fantastic. But it starts with El Gran Campo, and Nueva York, which is Un Verano en Nueva York is the original. And then it ends with Bad Bunny, Nueva York, which is like the updated version with the sample. And in between are all of these songs that are about heartbreak or being surprised about the person that you love. There is a song that my mother used to play my mother used to play on every Saturday when she would clean the house. 2 songs, Brujeria and You'll Never Find by Lou Rawls. Those were the 2 songs. Don't ask me why those were the 2 songs, but those were the 2 songs. And so I did not include Lou Rawls' song, but Brujeria kind of felt perfect, particularly because of the premise of the story. So all of the songs kind of match along with the journey. And you can kind of, if you download it, and I'm pretty sure Putnam has done it so that you can download it, it's just a lot of fun to listen to it and be like, this is what's happening now in the story. Yeah.
So I'm older, so all of my starter acts, all of my shenanigans happened before social media, so we're going to keep it
Lucky you.
But I am also a trope in many of these books. I'm the wise friend wingman.
Yes, that's a good one.
No matter how often you don't take it.
Yes. We always have one of those.
Bouncer at your wedding. I tell people the 27 dresses amateur hour on number of times being a bridesmaid. Sorry, I have so many ugly ass dresses. I'm also the person who will show up at your house at 2 in the morning with a baseball bat because she's out of there.
And they're often in there. I often have characters who are the people who lead to the epiphany. And in this book, there are two, and one is younger and one is older. So.
I'm also famous for saying to ladies and ladies, all of my godchildren, I have never done a walk of shame because I was never ashamed of it.
We love it.
This started 30-odd years ago. I've never been ashamed of it.
I love it. Allegedly. Oh, okay. It's yeah. Oh, see, and I've used that in a book. It's a thing.
The thing about her is that she told me that earlier today.
Yeah.
And I said, why are you always in book shit? Like, why is your life always book shit? Like, how are you living this way?
Exactly. I love it. And she's like, yeah, it's true. Accept that.
She's like so proud.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh, look at this. This is like a thing. Okay.
You were the one I saw when I said thumbs up if it went well. I saw your thumb up. Okay, so this is still going. Oh,
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Can't wait to hear about these later.
I know. I pull my laptop out while you guys are talking. Just
Exactly. It'll be all right.
ignore it. Any other questions before we move to our signing?
Well, thank you, everyone,
Thank
for coming.
you.
I really appreciate it.